So today we are playing 2v2 with the rank 1 on PvE. We are playing Sona Nyla, which is not really the best comp, but it's a decent comp. It's not bad. And we are playing against Karma Vlad. This is actually the first time I've seen Karma Vlad being played at all. And I'm actually quite scared of how good Karma Vlad is. Because they have a lot of healing, they can sustain a long time, and they can survive the zone for a very long time, and we are also a survival comp. So I was scared if we are gonna have enough damage to actually kill them, or if they're gonna have enough to kill us. So see, I start 2 points in W, 1 point in Q. If you can, focus on using W autos when you're on 3 stacks. I think it's actually what makes Sona so broken. It reduces the damage people do by 26%, physical and magic damage. It doesn't reduce true damage, so against someone like ZW it doesn't work. It doesn't work against Truegarth Alt, obviously. But there's not many people that play those comps. Most comps are based around physical and magic damage. So Sona W from level 1 reducing 26%. Then if you get Shrinking Ray as well, your 46% damage reduction on one target is absolutely absurd. And I think that's what makes her really good. And I don't think she's D tier like LSS in his tier list. Because I don't think it takes into account how good it really is. Okay, here we see we have some pretty good augments here, but I could reroll to get Chauffeur or Spirit Link, but it's the first 3 augments, so I'm saying Exhaust is gonna be good enough. There's no guarantee I'm getting something better from rerolling, so I do not want to reroll right here. Just in case I get something that's unusable later, I want that reroll to be there, because it's better to have 3 usable ones than 1 good and 2 unusable ones. It's pretty chill at start, just gonna go for the plants here and survive. Have to flash here, which is a bit unfortunate. And I don't know why I hit the blast cone here. I assumed that Akshan might come back around and take it like it does here. But if I was Akshan, I would have just continued running around. I'm not sure why he ran back. So there's a few good augments. I have noticed some bugs. Gain 1k HP is good, gain 20 heal and shield power is really good. Obviously the Exhaust Ignite is really good, Chauffeur is really good, Spirit Link is really good. There's a bunch of other ones that are pretty good. Array and Comet isn't that good, but if you got no other options it can be okay for an extra shield and stuff. See here I have overfilled the burn. It really didn't do a whole lot in these early rounds. It tends to scale with enemy damage scale, because the exhaust is a flat percentage of how much damage they do. So if you get exhaust plus W proc on them, it should stack as far as I know. Did it change exhaust to be 30% or something, I think, damage reduction instead of 40? My Sona ults this game was mostly really bad, but we're just gonna blame the ping for it, right? Being 174 ping. Surely that's the issue, right? It's not me being bad, it's just the ping, right? Copium. But yeah, you can see these fights are already starting to last pretty long versus Vlad Karma, and they are a hard scaling comp. They scale a lot more than we do. we scale, but we also have some early game damage, so we are not completely like draining HP early. Then and Karma are actually on full HP still, so they're not draining HP early really, either besides against us. One problem you might have noticed with Sona is that she is one of the only champions that actually do run in this game mode. So blue red buff can be good on her, cause you won't run So if you're playing versus Mundo, Vladimir, Karma, other healing comps, blue and red buff can actually be a really good augment, so you don't run Because running is actually a really big problem on Sona, I've noticed, and I've never seen any other champion struggle with mana. But I don't think running T is worth it. You lose so much stats from running Seraph. Here I'm gonna look for W on Echo cause I think he does the most damage here. But maybe I'm wrong. A really nice double ult here into exhaust ignite, which prevents Echo from healing too much from his ult. That was a really nice timing by me. And if you're wondering why Nilah is pinging her E, it's because she has the dashing augment. So she has 150 ability haste on movement skills, which is her E. And it also does a good amount of damage, so you can spam the E for mobility and damage. Here I get 2 decent keystones. I think Celestial Body is way better than Summon Array if it actually worked properly. But you can see I have 1800 and now I have 1600 HP. That is 700 something HP I got, and it's supposed to get 1k. So I'm missing 300 HP from the augment, which I guess is a bug, and I don't know if the devs are aware of it, but that's definitely a big downgrade to the power of a Celestial Body. I'm gonna hit the Vlad here with a W, so he heals less, because he does less damage. Here I misses the ult on Vlad. I shouldn't solo hit Karma with it. But you can see it's really starting to get rough now. They are healing so much. And Karma is perma-rooting Nilah, so we can't get in range to actually auto-attack, which is a problem. You wouldn't have that problem with like Kog'Maw or longer range AD carries. You might have the same problem with Kai'Sa into Karma Vlad. You might get counted out of range if you don't roll scope weapons. So longer range AD carry is definitely gonna be better into them. And I'm gonna get anti-heal, but we just fought Karma and Vlad. You can see I'm typing, I'm getting anti-heal, but we just fought Karma and Vlad. And the next persons we are fighting are Kayle and Neferi. So there's no reason for me to get anti-heal right now, as I will get gold for anti-heal before we're going to fight Vlad and Karma again. So I'm gonna go for something that gives us more power until we have to fight them again, which is gonna be Redemption. Redemption is really broken in this mode. It's a gigantic heal. So I think it's always like a second rush item if you want survivability. It's really good. Karma Vlad winning again. It's gonna be a close game. And now I get the goal for the Kimtech. So I just get one round where I'm stronger with Redemption. We probably wouldn't have lost even if I had Kimtech, but it's better. Here I'm pinging Karma Spirit Visage because I think it's actually bad. There isn't that much AP damage in this game. Like there's Kale, Nefari, Akshan, Echo, none which she should be super concerned about dying to. The Spirit Visage doesn't really do a lot. She don't need the tankiness of it, and the healing is only for herself. Where she could have done something like Redemption, which gives healing to both of you. Even if it's less healing overall for herself in a long fight, it's more healing for both of them. I think it would be better considering how little magic damage is actually in the lobby. So I'm happy to see her. And here we get 3 augments. I think Circle of Death can be okay on Mundo and stuff, but there's just way better augments like Spirit Link, so I am gonna reroll here. And luckily I do get Spirit Link. I could also get Chauffeur, which is really good. I think getting a permanent ability haste every time you use a skill is really broken too. But I think Spirit Link is really good with other champions that heal. So like Karma Vlad having a Spirit Link is insane. So every time Vlad heals, Karma gets healing. The same with Nilah. Nilah ult heals, so every time Nilah ults, I get healing. And if she as well goes BT, she can heal me with BT plus ult. And it's a lot of healing from Spirit Link. And then whenever I heal her, I also get healing. And some of the damage on her is redirected to me, and I have Celestial Body as an augment, so I have more HP. So I can tank that extra damage while she's healing me with BT and ult. It just makes the comp very, very survivable when you get Spirit Link. And I think most support comps that have healing will run Spirit Link as one of the best augments in the game. It's just so hard to compete with. Chauffeur is really good as well in some scenarios, but I think Spirit Link is just better overall. Obviously you have champions like Lulu who doesn't heal and only shield, and Spirit Link is a little bit weaker on that front, especially if you're playing with a Twitch who only buys buff. His healing isn't that high, but I still think Spirit Link is worth it on those scenarios. It's just questionable if you should reroll for it or not. I think Knight's Vow is insane. I was considering Michael's here to get rid of the Karma Root. But her root has so little cooldown that even if I Michael's one root, it won't actually change the game at all. So I opted for Knight's Vow because it's gonna give us insane survivability. Like actually insane survivability. And I think it's a mistake for Karma not to take Knight's Vow as well. I think they lost because of itemization, not because the comp is worse. I actually think Karma Vlad is a better comp, but they lost because of building. They lost to Boros basically. I think they could have won. You can see we are really struggling here to stay alive. The plant here really doing a lot of work. Me getting hit by Zed here is really bad. And I accidentally outshoot the plant. It's rough. So I'm struggling with survival, so I'm thinking of getting Force of Nature here. And selling boots. For Michaels, which I think is a mistake. And here I'm buying pots, which I think was a mistake as well. I press tab and look at the Karma having Spirit Visage, and then I realize, oh, I should get Spirit Visage. But then I realize I can no longer undo. It's too late, so I can't sell my boots to get it. So I'm just gonna roll without it, which is a mistake. I should definitely get Spirit Visage here, because they're double AP. Get a nice double ult. So does my Nilah. See if I can get some W autos on Vladimir to reduce his damage. There's one W auto. Into a missed ult was really bad. Gonna press W here and get the auto off as well. To reduce damage so they heal less. Going for the plan because I'm low. Pyke's done really clutch here. Gonna go in with another W auto on Vlad to try and reduce his damage. So he can't kill me and heals for less. But you can see it's a struggle. Like it's a mana wall right now. Which is the issue for Sona if he runs to right. Here I'm just gonna go for the plan while they are dying to the zone and they get a nasty full heal. But Pyke E is really helping us out here. Here I'm gonna get Erosion because I think it's pretty insane for how long fights are lasting. I could reroll for heal and shield power, which would be better, but I don't think I'm gonna get anything better than Erosion. I could get something better, but the chance of it is so low that I'm not going to roll for it. And I still don't have enough gold for Spirit Visit, which is definitely an issue. But the Erosion is definitely gonna help out here. I ripped my ult again on Vlad because I'm bad. I'm gonna go for the plan so they can't get it. W also on Vlad to reduce the damage he does. Ult him into W also. Another W also on Vlad to reduce his damage. Gonna go for top plan to try and prevent them from getting it. Here I think I used the Q also, which was a mistake. That was another W auto. And I'm reducing Vlad damage for him to heal less a lot of the time with my W autos. And it's still a struggle. Here I mess up a lot. I try go for the plan, but the plan gets killed right before I can auto it. And then I get Karma rooted outside of the zone, so I can't flash over the wall and I die. That was a big mistake on my part, and we probably lost that round because of me. Here I'm gonna go for Spirit Wizard. You can see me checking Knights. Wow, 17,000 damage or something like that prevented. Absolutely insane. Here I'm thinking what to get. I want ability haste, because I don't want to give up a lot of ability haste, and then I realize there's no good ability haste. And then it comes to me, Spirit Visage does have ability haste as well. Even if it's only 10%, I think it's better. So I'm gonna go here and grab a Spirit Visage and grab a cooldown reduction pot. Grabbing the cooldown reduction pot to make up for some of the lost ability haste from selling boots. W auto on Vlad. Another W auto on Vlad into an ult, and then I'm just gonna go straight for the plan to try and reset my ult cooldown timer. And it looks like they're gonna go for the plant here, so we're gonna try and chase them down. I'm gonna avoid the wolves here. Fortunately they get the entire plant, which is really bad. It's gonna reset their ults. And it's just nobody's dying. I'm gonna flash here to prevent Karma from Wing me outside the zone. My Nilah is kinda dying, which is really bad. And I'm running The enemies run into the wolves and almost die from it. And here my Nilah is almost gonna die and she's gonna go down. Luckily GA save us here. I almost died to the wolves. And I'm gonna stop casting abilities here to save mana for ult. I ult them in the zone. Then Nilah steps into the wolves and I'm gonna sidestep the wolves, and the wolves kills both of them, making us win. Actually a really close game.